There's no need even to have a college degree at all. Yes, I think it's possible for ordinary people to choose to be extraordinary.
Elon Musk has made a lot of impact in the tech world, be it automotives, space science, or cryptocurrencies. He has made significant change in the world today. Elon Musk is a renowned entrepreneur and business magnate. He is the founder, CEO, and chief engineer at SpaceX, early-stage investor, CEO, and product architect of Tesla Inc., founder of The Boring Company, and co-founder of Neuralink and OpenAI. A centi-billionaire, Musk is one of the richest people in the world. Elon Reeve Musk was born on June 28, 1971 in Pretoria, South Africa. His mother is May Musk, a model and dietitian born in Saskatchewan, Canada, but raised in South Africa. His father is Errol Musk, a South African electromechanical engineer, pilot, sailor, consultant, and property developer. Musk has a younger brother, Kimball, born in 1972, and a younger sister, Tosca, born in 1974. His maternal grandfather, Joshua Hadelman, was an American-born Canadian, and Musk has British and Pennsylvanian Dutch ancestry. After his parents divorced in 1980, Musk mostly lived with his father in Pretoria and elsewhere, a choice he made 2 years after the divorce and subsequently regretted. Musk has become estranged from his father, whom he describes as a terrible human being. Almost every evil thing you could possibly think of, he has done. He has a half-sister and a half-brother on his father's side. Around age 10, Musk developed an interest in computing and video games and acquired a Commodore VIC-20. He learned computer programming using a manual and, by age 12, sold the code of a BASIC-based video game he created called Blastar to PC and Office Technology magazine for approximately $500. An awkward and introverted child, Musk was bullied throughout his childhood and was once hospitalized after a group of boys threw him down a flight of stairs. He attended Waterkloof House Preparatory School and Byronston High School before graduating from Pretoria Boys High School. Aware it would be easier to enter the United States from Canada, Musk applied for a Canadian passport through his Canadian-born mother. While awaiting the documentation, he attended the University of Pretoria for 5 months. This allowed Musk to avoid mandatory service in the South African military. Arriving in Canada in June 1989, Musk failed to locate a great uncle in Montreal and instead stayed at a youth hostel. He then traveled west to live with a second cousin in Saskatchewan. He stayed there for a year, working odd jobs at a farm and lumber mill. In 1990, Musk entered Queen's University in Kingston, Ontario. 2 years later, he transferred to the University of Pennsylvania. He graduated in 1997 with a Bachelor of Science degree in Economics and a Bachelor of Arts degree in Physics. In 1994, Musk held 2 internships in Silicon Valley during the summer. At energy storage startup Pinnacle Research Institute, which researched electrolytic ultracapacitors for energy storage, and at Palo Alto-based startup Rocket Science Games. In 1995, Musk was accepted to a Doctor of Philosophy program in Material Science at Stanford University in California. Musk met his first wife, Canadian author Justine Wilson, while attending Queen's University, and they married in 2000. Their first child, son Nevada Alexander Musk, died of sudden infant death syndrome at the age of 10 weeks. The couple divorced in 2008 and shared custody of their 5 other children. In 2008, Musk began dating English actress Tallulah Riley, and in 2010, the couple married. In 2012, Musk announced the divorce from Riley. In 2013, Musk and Riley remarried. In December 2014, Musk filed for a second divorce from Riley. However, the action was withdrawn. Musk then dated Amber Heard for several months in 2017. He had reportedly been pursuing her since 2012. Musk was later accused of having an affair with Heard while she was still married to Johnny Depp. In May 2018, Musk and Canadian musician Grimes revealed that they were dating. Grimes gave birth to their son in May 2020. From the early 2000s until 2020, Musk resided in California, where both Tesla and SpaceX were founded and where the headquarters are still located. In 2020, Musk moved to Texas, stating that California had become complacent with its economic success. While hosting Saturday Night Live in May 2021, Musk remarked that he has Asperger's syndrome. Musk conceived the idea of making it possible for computer users to find local businesses at a time when computers were not yet ubiquitous. He brought on his brother Kimball Musk and a friend Gregory Khoury as partners. In 1995, after acquiring a disk containing a business directory, Musk persuaded Navteq, a provider of electronic navigable maps, to give him free mapping software. He then wrote the code necessary to put the two databases, Business Listing and Map, together. Musk described the company's mission by saying that everyone ought to be able to find the closest pizza parlor and be able to figure out how to get there. Unable to persuade potential investors to give them financing, Musk and his partners lived in their office to keep expenses low. The company expanded its listing by convincing businesses to pay for inclusion, and after about a year, in early 1996, Moore Davidow Ventures agreed to invest some $3 million in Zip2 in exchange for majority ownership. In 1999, Compaq Computer Corp. Purchased Zip2 for $307 million, and Zip2 became a unit of the search engine AltaVista, which Compaq had recently acquired. Zip2's online city guides added local breadth to AltaVista's features. The next venture of Elon Musk was the website X.com. X.com was an online bank co-founded by Elon Musk. In March 2000, X.com merged with Confinity Inc., a software company based in Silicon Valley. Musk was attracted to Confinity because of its easy payment system. The merged company changed its name to PayPal. eBay bought PayPal for US $1.5 billion in 2002. In July 2015, PayPal was spun off and became an independent company. During X.com's early years, a power struggle ensued between Musk and Fricker, which resulted in Fricker attempting to coup on X.com to become the company's CEO. Musk was its biggest shareholder and was appointed as its CEO. Started in 1998, Confinity's product PayPal enabled users having Palm Pilots to send money to each other through its infrared ports. Subsequently, PayPal developed to allow users to send money using email and the web. On the 5th of July 2017, Musk repurchased the domain name X.com from PayPal. He explained later that he bought the website because it has great sentimental value. On the 14th of July 2017, X.com was launched again, consisting of a blank white page with one X in the top left corner. In December, X.com redirected visitors to the Boring Company's website, which Musk also owns. This was done in order to advertise a hat sale. In 2001, Elon Musk conceptualized Mars Oasis, a project to land a miniature experimental greenhouse and grow plants on Mars. He announced that the project would be the farthest that life's ever traveled in an attempt to regain public interest in space exploration and increase NASA's budget. Musk tried to purchase cheap rockets from Russia but returned empty-handed after failing to find rockets for an affordable price. On the flight home, Musk realized that he could start a company that could build the affordable rockets he needed. By applying vertical integration, using cheap commercial off-the-shelf components when possible, and adopting the modular approach of modern software engineering, Musk believed SpaceX could significantly cut launch price. In early 2002, Musk started to look for staff for his new space company, soon to be named SpaceX. Musk approached rocket engineer Tom Mueller, who later became SpaceX's CTO of propulsion, and invited him to become his business partner. Mueller agreed to work for Musk, and thus SpaceX was born. SpaceX was first headquartered in a warehouse in El Segundo, California. By November 2005, the company had 160 employees. Musk personally interviewed and approved all of SpaceX's early employees. Musk has stated that one of his goals with SpaceX is to decrease the cost and improve the reliability of access to space. SpaceX developed its first orbital launch vehicle, the Falcon 1, with private funding. The Falcon 1 was an expendable two-stage to orbit small lift launch vehicle. The total development cost of Falcon 1 was approximately US $90 million to $100 million. In 2005, SpaceX announced plans to purchase a human-rated commercial space program through the end of the decade, a program which would later become the Dragon spacecraft. In 2006, NASA announced that the company was one of two selected to provide crew and cargo resupply demonstration contracts to the ISS under the COTS program. The first two Falcon 1 launches were purchased by the United States Department of Defense under a program that evaluates new U.S. launch vehicles suitable for use by DARPA. The first three launches of the rocket between 2006 and 2008 all resulted in failures. These failures almost ended the company, as Musk had planned and financed to cover the cost of 3 launches. Tesla, SolarCity, and Musk personally were all nearly bankrupt at the time as well. Musk was reportedly waking from nightmares, screaming, and in physical pain because of the stress. However, things started to turn around when the first successful launch was achieved shortly after, with the 4th attempt on September 28, 2008. Musk split his remaining $30 million between SpaceX and Tesla, and NASA awarded the first Commercial Resupply Services or CRS contract to SpaceX in December. Based on these factors and the further business operations they enabled, the Falcon 1 was soon retired following its second successful and 5th total launch in July 2009. This allowed SpaceX to focus company resources on the development of a larger orbital rocket, the Falcon 9. Gwynne Shotwell was also promoted to company president at this time for her role in successfully negotiating the CRS contract with NASA. SpaceX originally intended to follow its light Falcon 1 launch vehicle with an intermediate capacity vehicle, the Falcon 5. SpaceX instead decided in 2005 to proceed with the development of the Falcon 9, a reusable heavier lift vehicle. Development of the Falcon 9 was accelerated by NASA, which committed to purchase several commercial flights if specific capabilities were demonstrated. This started with seed money from Commercial Orbital Transportation Services program in 2006. The overall contract award was US $278 million to provide development funding for the Dragon spacecraft, Falcon 9, and demonstration launches of Falcon 9 with Dragon. As part of this contract, the Falcon 9 launched for the first time in June 2010 with the Dragon spacecraft qualification unit using a mock-up of the Dragon spacecraft. The first operational Dragon spacecraft was launched in December 2010 aboard COTS Demo Flight 1, the Falcon 9's second flight, and safely returned to Earth after 2 orbits, completing all its mission objectives. By December 2010, the SpaceX production line was manufacturing 1 Falcon 9 and Dragon every 3 months. In April 2011, as part of its second-round commercial crew development program, NASA issued a US $75 million contract for SpaceX to develop an integrated launch escape system for Dragon in preparation for human rating it as a crew transport vehicle to the ISS. In August 2012, NASA awarded SpaceX a firm, fixed-price Space Act agreement with the objective of producing a detailed design of the entire crew transportation system. This contract includes numerous key technical and certification milestones, an uncrewed flight test, a crewed flight test, 6 operational missions following system certification. In early 2012, approximately 2/3 of SpaceX stock was owned by Musk, and his 70 million shares were then estimated to be worth US $875 million on private markets. In May 2012, with the Dragon C2 Plus launch, Dragon became the first commercial spacecraft to deliver cargo to the International Space Station. After the flight, the company's private equity valuation nearly doubled to US $2.4 million or US $20 per share. By that time, SpaceX had operated on total funding of approximately $1 billion over its first decade of operation. Of this, private equity provided approximately $200 million, with Musk investing approximately $100 million and other investors having put in about $100 million. SpaceX's active reusability test program began in late 2012 with testing low-altitude, low-speed aspects of the landing technology. The Falcon 9 prototypes performed vertical takeoffs and landings. High-velocity, high-altitude tests of the booster atmospheric return technology began in late 2013. SpaceX launched the first commercial mission for a private customer in 2013. In 2014, SpaceX won 9 contracts out of the 20 that were openly competed worldwide. That year, Arianespace requested that European governments provide additional subsidies to face the competition from SpaceX. Beginning in 2014, SpaceX capabilities and pricing also began to affect the market for launch of US military payloads, which for nearly a decade was dominated by the large US launch provider, United Launch Alliance. The monopoly had allowed launch costs by the US provider to rise to over US $400 million over the years. In January 2015, SpaceX raised US $1 billion in funding from Google and Fidelity in exchange for 8.33% of the company, establishing the company valuation at approximately US $12 billion. The same month, SpaceX announced the development of a new satellite constellation called Starlink to provide global broadband internet service. The following June, the company asked the federal government for permission to begin testing for the project, aiming to build a constellation of 4,425 satellites. Major achievements of SpaceX are in the reuse of orbital-class launch vehicles and cost reduction in the space launch industry, most notable of these being the continued landings and relaunches of the first stage of Falcon 9 following a multi-year program to develop the reusable technology. As of May 2021, SpaceX has used two separate first-stage boosters, B1049 and B1051, 9 and 10 times respectively. Elon Musk has gone on to say they will continue to push the fleet leader, B1051, past their original goal of 10 flights. SpaceX is a private space company with most of its achievements the result of self-funded development efforts, not developed by traditional cost-plus contracting of the US government. As a result, many of its achievements are also considered as first by a private company. Musk had long been interested in the possibilities of electric cars, and in 2004 he became one of the major funders of Tesla Motors, which was later renamed Tesla, an electric car company founded by entrepreneurs Martin Eberhard and Mark Tarpenning. In 2006, Tesla introduced its first car, the Roadster, which could travel 245 miles on a single charge. Unlike most previous electric vehicles, which Musk thought were stodgy and uninteresting, it was a sports car that could go from 0 to 60 miles per hour in less than 4 seconds. In 2010, the company's initial public offering raised about $226 million. 2 years later, Tesla introduced the Model S sedan, which was acclaimed by automotive critics for its performance and design. The company won further praise for its Model X luxury SUV, which went on the market in 2015. The Model 3, a less expensive vehicle, went into production in 2017. Musk expressed reservations about Tesla being publicly traded, and in August 2018, he made a series of tweets about taking the company private, noting that he had secured funding. The following month, the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission sued Musk for securities fraud, alleging that the tweets were false and misleading. Shortly thereafter, Tesla's board rejected the SEC's proposed settlement, reportedly because Musk had threatened to resign. However, the news sent Tesla stock plummeting, and a harsher deal was ultimately accepted. Its terms included Musk stepping down as chairman for 3 years, though he was allowed to continue as CEO. Dissatisfied with the project cost of a high-speed rail system in California, which was $68 billion, Musk in 2013 proposed an alternate faster system, the Hyperloop, a pneumatic tube in which a pod carrying 28 passengers would travel the 350 miles between Los Angeles and San Francisco in 35 minutes at a top speed of 760 miles per hour, nearly the speed of sound. Musk claimed that the Hyperloop would cost only $6 billion and that with the pods departing every 2 minutes on average, the system could accommodate the 6 million people who travel that route every year. However, he stated that between running SpaceX and Tesla, he could not devote time to the Hyperloop's development. In September 2018, Musk was sued by the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission for a tweet claiming funding had been secured for potentially taking Tesla private. The lawsuit claimed that discussions Musk held with foreign investors in July 2018 did not confirm key deal terms and thus characterized the tweet as false, misleading, and damaging to investors, and sought to bar Musk from serving as CEO of publicly traded companies. Musk called the allegations unjustified and claimed that he had never compromised his integrity. 2 days later, Musk settled with the SEC without admitting or denying the SEC's allegations. As a result, Musk and Tesla were fined $20 million each, and Musk was forced to step down for 3 years as Tesla chairman, but was able to remain as CEO. Musk provided the initial concept and financial capital for Solar City, which his cousins Lyndon and Peter Rive co-founded in 2006. By 2013, Solar City was the second largest provider of solar power systems in the United States. In 2014, Musk promoted the idea of Solar City building an advanced production facility in Buffalo, New York, triple the size of the largest solar plant in the United States. Construction on the factory started in 2014 and was completed in 2017. It operated as a joint venture with Panasonic until early 2020 when Panasonic departed. In 2016, Musk co-founded Neuralink, a neurotechnology startup company to integrate the human brain with AI. Neuralink's purpose is to create devices that are embedded in the human brain to facilitate the merging of the brain with machines. The devices will also reconcile with the latest improvements in artificial intelligence to stay updated. Such improvements could enhance memory or allow the devices to communicate with software more effectively. In 2016, Musk founded the Boring Company to construct tunnels. In early 2017, they began discussions with regulatory bodies and initiated construction of a 30-foot wide, 50-foot long, and 15-foot deep test trench on the premises of SpaceX's offices, as it required no permits. A tunnel beneath the Las Vegas Convention Center was completed in early 2021. Local officials have approved further expansions of the tunnel system. It was in 2013 that Musk announced plans for a version of a vac train, assigning a dozen engineers from Tesla and SpaceX to establish the conceptual foundations and create initial designs. On August 12, 2013, Musk unveiled the concept, which he dubbed the Hyperloop. The alpha design for the system was published in a white paper posted to the Tesla and SpaceX's blogs. The document scoped out the technology and outlined a notional route where such a transport system can be built between the greater Los Angeles area and the San Francisco Bay Area at an estimated total cost of $6 billion. The proposal, if technologically feasible at costs he had cited, would make Hyperloop travel cheaper than any other mode of transport for such long distances. Musk had been a staunch supporter of cryptocurrency and blockchain technology. The SpaceX CEO recently admitted that his privately owned aerospace company also owns Bitcoin. This is, of course, besides Tesla's investment of $1.5 billion in the world's biggest and oldest digital token that has struggled a lot in the last few weeks, within months of peaking at over $60,000. Speaking at the B-Word conference, an event hosted by the Cryptocurrency Council for Innovation, in the company of ARK Invest CEO Cathie Wood and Twitter CEO Jack Dorsey, Musk confirmed that SpaceX does hold Bitcoin. However, he didn't disclose the extent of SpaceX's investment in Bitcoin. The 50-year-old business magnate didn't mention that he personally owned Bitcoin and Ethereum, the second most popular cryptocurrency. Apart from that, Musk also owns Dogecoin. Musk revealed that he has personally invested in the Shiba Inu face-themed digital currency that started as a joke but got popular on the internet after receiving support from celebrities. Musk showed that he was committed to cryptocurrency in general, saying, "One thing you do need to watch out for with crypto, especially Bitcoin, using proof of work, using energy that's a bit too much and not necessarily good for the environment." Apart from all the genius work stuff, he has made a lot of on-screen appearances too. Musk has had multiple cameos and appearances in films such as Iron Man 2, Why Him, and Men in Black International. Television series on which he has appeared include The Simpsons, Big Bang Theory, South Park, Rick and Morty, and Saturday Night Live. He has contributed interviews to the documentaries Racing Extinction and the Werner Herzog-directed Lo and Behold. As of the 23rd of July 2021, Musk has a net worth of 16,250 crore. Musk made $165 million when PayPal was sold to eBay in 2002. He was first listed on the Forbes Billionaires list in 2012 with a net worth of $2 billion. At the start of 2020, Musk had a net worth of $27 billion. Throughout that year, his net worth increased by $150 billion, largely driven by his ownership of around 20% of Tesla stock. During this, Musk's net worth was often volatile. For example, it dropped $16.3 billion in September, the largest single-day plunge in the history of the Bloomberg Billionaires Index. In November of that year, Musk passed Facebook co-founder Mark Zuckerberg to become the third richest person in the world. A week later, he passed Microsoft co-founder Bill Gates to become the second richest. In January 2021, Musk, with a net worth of $185 billion, surpassed Amazon founder Jeff Bezos to become the richest person in the world. Bezos reclaimed the top spot the following month. Around three-quarters of Musk's wealth derives from Tesla. Musk does not receive a salary from Tesla. He agreed in 2018 to a compensation plan with the board that ties his personal earnings to Tesla's valuation and revenue. The deal stipulated that Musk only receives the compensation if Tesla reaches certain market values. It was the largest such deal ever done between a CEO and board. In the first award given in May 2020, he was eligible to purchase 1.69 million Tesla shares, which is about 1% of the company at below market prices, which was worth about $800 million. Musk has repeatedly described himself as cash poor and has professed to have little interest in the material trappings of wealth. In 2012, Musk signed the Giving Pledge, and in May 2020, Musk pledged to sell almost all physical possessions. In 2021, Musk defended his wealth by saying he is accumulating resources to help make life multiplanetary and extend the light of consciousness to the stars. Musk owns a private jet, multiple Teslas, and owns a McLaren, a Porsche 911 Turbo, and Water Nelly from the James Bond movie, and a Jaguar E-Type among other cars. Musk was elected to follow the Royal Society in 2018 and was listed among Time magazine's 100 most influential people in 2010, 2013, and 2018. He has received various other awards, such as the Order of the Derek Gunnaphorn given for his contributions to the Tham Luang cave rescue. Many aim to be like him and have made him a role model. Would you like to be the real Iron Man? We hope you found this video interesting and inspiring as well.